Hi guys, this is Lauren Frye for CTV and you're watching Music Madness. Today we decided to take you guys behind the scenes here in Charleston at a student's house downtown where he has his own studio. This is Cameron Padron and I'm going to be asking him some questions to give you guys advice on how you guys can get involved with the music scene here in Charleston. How are you doing today, Cameron?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Lauren?
I'm doing good, thanks. So tell me, what is it that you do with all of this equipment?
Well, that is a big question. Well, first of all, I professionally produce music. I make beats, hip-hop and R&B beats for hip-hop and R&B artists, mostly out of Atlanta, but I also work with some local artists around here. And that's what I do with this stuff that you're looking at right here. But I also have a band that I play with, and I record for any kind of artist that wants to come in and record, and I just make music, basically.
Nice. So, how did you get to this point with everything? How did you get started with it?
Well, it all started when I was 8 years old, probably, and I got my first drum set. And at that point, I started playing drums on a regular basis. I taught myself everything. I never really took any lessons. And then by the age of 12, my middle school jazz band recorded a CD. And I had a drum solo on the CD, and everyone thought it was so great. So I was like, all right, maybe I can do something with this drumming thing. And then when I was about 14, my friends, in high school, everyone wants to be a rapper, black, white, or yellow. Everyone wants to be a rapper. So all my friends in high school, they all wanted to rap. And so somebody had to make some beats for them. So I was just like playing around one day. And I made some beats for my friends in Atlanta to rap over when we were like 14 or 15. And then ever since then, like people heard them and were like, wow, this is really good. Like you should do this professionally. And I've been doing it ever since.
Nice.
And I met the right people, and I talked to I guess I got lucky and met the right people who got me in the industry, got my foot in the door. So
who else is it that you work with music and produce beats for?
Well, I started out, my first placement was with the Youngbloods. They're a rap group from Atlanta, and they picked up a couple of me and my brother's tracks, my beats, to put on their album. And the album has yet to be released. J-Bo is one of the Youngbloods, and he's used a lot of our beats for his solo album, and that first started out. And then we met a guy named Seth Firkins in Atlanta, who's a Grammy-nominated producer. And he carries our beats around with him, like, in his bag with his laptop. So whenever he's meeting with an artist, he can show our beats to them, and they can shop around and see if they want any. And if they want any, then they can talk to us. And it's really nice knowing someone like that, because they really help you out and whatnot.
Get your name out there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you work with any other people here in Charleston? And have you worked with other people here in Charleston making music?
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of local artists in Charleston. We have an enormous amount of people in Charleston who are trying to put Charleston on the map right now, as far as like hip hop and music and any kind of thing goes. And everyone's trying to kind of do their own thing, and I'm trying to do my thing. And my thing is get some artists that's maybe off the streets and turn them into the next sensation out of the South.
What do you plan on doing after you graduate from college with music?
Well, since I'm not at school for music, when I graduate from college, it's not going to make my music career any different than it is now. So right now I'm just trying to push my foot in the door as hard as I can and make something new and innovative to get a big break. I've got a few songs out there with some pretty well-known artists that could be used on albums. One, Lady Gaga has a song with me and my brother. I've got 2 tracks with Miley Cyrus that may be used on her next album, and I'm just hoping that some of those do well and I can get my foot in the door and produce and do what I love, and someday own a record label or something.
Are you looking for others to collaborate with here in Charleston?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always looking for musicians. If you're a musician, you play an instrument, and you're good, I know everyone thinks they play guitar, but if you can actually play an instrument and you want to do something with it and you want to make something happen, I would love to work with you. Any kind of instrument, vocalist, female, male, anything. I love to work with anyone. So if anyone wants to come do something, let's do it.
So is there anything else that you'd like to share with the students here at the College of Charleston, and words of inspiration or wisdom for them to take a chance?
Well, I would say make something new. Always try to make something innovative. Always try to be ahead of the curve, you know, no matter what instrument you're playing. And if you're not very good, you know, practice, keep practicing, practice every day. You know, you can't practice enough. You can't work enough at it. You know, make good grades, keep doing your schoolwork, but if you got a passion, pursue it, and there's a good chance you could go somewhere with it. And that's what I've learned, because I've started out 12 years old. I was playing in a jazz band at my middle school and listening to certain artists in Atlanta, and now I'm making beats for those same artists I was listening to when I was 12 years old. So
just gotta do it.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate your time.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Good luck in the future.
Come by anytime.
All right, I will. Well, guys, you heard it here first. So if you're interested in collaborating with Cameron or PNC Productions, look them up on Facebook under Cameron Shine and Recline Padron, or you can email them at lcpadron@aol.com. For this week's Music Madness, I'm Lauren Frye.